Hey, how you doing? This is Oladapo Odedina, and I'm doing the Global Citizens Activity number 3 for chapters 5 and 6 of the textbook. In terms of the media overview, I did a review on this song, or out of all the choices that were available, I did a review on the song "This Is America" by the artist Childish Gambino. This video was released in, this video was released in 2018. In terms of a summary, this music video, in terms of This Is America in terms of This Is America by Childish Gambino, is basically, or I would say is basically an emulation of strength, unity, division, peace, justice, and all the above when it comes to this country and its personal active. With its smooth tempo in the beginning of the song to its upbeat tempo throughout the majority of it, a message can be relayed that with togetherness and fervor, we can and will remain strong throughout it all, and that is needed to be an honest and powerful representation or even a representative of this country. A stand like that can most definitely connect to Global Goal 16, which is peace, justice, and strong institutions. In terms of the terms, I had a few terms here. If I can recall correctly, was nonverbal communication, hearing, and attending. Okay. In terms of the first term, I chose nonverbal communication, and that is certain behaviors and characteristics that convey meaning without the use of words. And that is on page 120 of the textbook. An example of that is someone asking you which direction is the bookstore or something like that. You know what I mean? And you point and say, you point and say it's that way. Like, you pointing is clarifying the meaning of your message. And the example of, that example is also on page 120. An example in the video is Childish Gambino dancing to the lyrics, or to the lyrics of the song, and these lyrics in specific say, "We just want to party, party just for you. We just want the money, money just for you. I know you want to party." You can say that his nonverbal communication is telling you that you should really feel yourself and understand yourself, and with understanding comes realization. So don't be too hesitant to realize. And the timestamp for that in the music video is 37 seconds to 47, or not 47. It is 37 seconds to 46 seconds. Okay. That is the first term that I used. The second term is hearing. And in terms of that, in terms of that, I would say, or in terms of defining it, I would say, in terms of defining it, hearing is the sensory process of receiving and perceiving sound. And that is on page 150 of the textbook. In terms of an example of hearing, personally, I would say it's an example of like hearing in interpretation. I would say you listening to your brother describe his new office mate, and you personally conclude that he finds her competent and likable. In difference, your mother might conclude that your brother feels threatened by his office mate's intelligence and self-confidence. Although you and your mother heard the same description, it was defined different between the two. And that example is also on page 150 in the textbook. An example in the video is towards the beginning. It is of a man playing the guitar and hearing the sound while enjoying himself. Hearing the sound while enjoying himself. You could say that this is an example of an American being expressed because he is doing something enjoyable. And you can also example this as someone also exemplifying peace and joy in the moment. And the timestamp for that is 17 seconds to 23 seconds. And for the last term, I used attending. And attending attending means or basically either or. Attending is paying attention. Basically, attending is basically paying attention well enough to understand what the person is trying to communicate, and that is also on page 150. I couldn't really find an example in the textbook, but for me thinking of one, I would say, like, for example, like you're in a class, like an example I would say attending is like listening or hearing a teacher explain something, like some sort of concept, and then you eventually or potentially, excuse me, raising your hand to answer a question. You could say that's conveying or showing the fact that you were paying attention and you understand what, in this example, the teacher was trying to communicate. An example in the video is when the hook builds up and keeps going in terms of, this is America, don't catch you slipping now, look how I'm living now. You could say that the kids that joined Childish Gambino in terms of dancing to the music were attending to the lyrics in the song and what was being said. And the timestamp for that is 107 to 118. In terms of closing, I would say, for the question is, which do you think is more powerful in shaping messages about peace, justice, or strong institutions, verbal communication or nonverbal communication? I would say nonverbal, because verbal communication delivers it, but nonverbal communication shapes it. So that was what I would say on that. And that's about it. Thank you.